our special guest in about 20 minutes or so. We are going to have Ryan Vargas join us on the talk show. We're going to talk to him about his season opener race at Irwindale Speedway Saturday night. And he happened to win Saturday night when the race is. And he grabbed Lombard Bros Gaming, our first win ever, as a sponsor. That was a big deal for us, and I think that was pretty cool. I want to congratulate Ryan Vargas for having Lombard Bros Gaming on the car. It was so cool for him to grab a win for Lombard Bros Gaming. That was such a special moment. I happened to be out there Saturday night, and to watch that in person, it was just pretty cool. So, yeah, first win as a sponsor. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Anyways, I think it's time to get Ryan Vargas on.
Yeah.
So I'm going to send the link.
Oh, there he is.
There we are.
Ryan.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I got you, man. What's going on?
Perfect. Nothing much. Just hanging out at the Usherman shop right now, getting some race car stuff done. Car isn't here right now, but getting some other stuff done while I'm finishing up my trip being here.
Awesome, man. When are you supposed to head back, man? I thought you were heading back today.
I head back Wednesday.
Change plans, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a change of plans, but it's all good. Had to gonna have to piece together the late model after that second main event, so just part of it.
Yeah. Well, first off, I do want to congratulate on the win Saturday night. I mean, you haven't raced a late model in like a year and a half, or I would say at that racetrack, and you go out there the very first race and win it. So tell us about the race weekend overall. I mean, I was there, but to the viewers.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was this whole weekend really just had a totally different feel to it. Like going in, I knew I felt really good. I knew I always feel really good at Irwindale. And so going in, going back with my old team and just kind of having fun, that's what this whole weekend really was just getting laps and having fun. And I went in with only the one goal, and that was to win. And, it was a bummer we couldn't get it off in the second one. We had probably one of the fastest cars in that race. Too bad we got caught up in that little on-track skirmish, but, that's part of racing. But overall, I mean, there was so much confidence in the car. My crew guys, Charles and Vince, and all the other guys that were there, they did a heck of a job. And, that was the first time I really sent the race car into the corner just like that, spending the year racing K&N cars and making the transition to racing going back and racing late models just kind of gave me a whole nother feel for it. And I've never been that fast before there, so it was really cool.
Awesome, man. Well, like I said, I was there Saturday night, and it was pretty cool to hang out with you guys all day there. Got to see you on the racetrack dominate the first half of the race. Of course, I had to get ready for my own little race, but it was still cool to see you out there just so fast. Led every lap in the first race, won the race, and then, of course, second race could have gotten better, but it's part of it. Still a good time. Of course, you got Lombard Bros gave me its first win as a sponsor, so that's pretty cool. And it's just only the very beginning.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for how the rest of the season will play out, and it's definitely a pleasure working with you this season.
Yeah, it was really cool to be able to deliver your guys' first win. I was very stoked to be able to go and get out there and just race again. Bottom line, just being a race car. Now, to have a win already underneath our belt, first weekend in, really, it's just a real big confidence booster heading into the rest of the year, because there's a lot of stuff that we're working on, not just on late model side. So I'm very excited to keep going with that and just have that confidence of, hey, we got ourselves a win already. Like, we've already done something a lot better than what we have last year. So we're already one more step ahead.
Of course, for the viewers that don't know, what plans in 2019 have you already basically confirmed so far?
So right now we have the 26 late model races. We have the 10, now only 8 left with you out here on the West Coast, racing for Alec Martinez and CP Motorsports with you guys on the hood. And then we have a total of 16 races as of right now with Lee Falk Racing in the late model stocks out there. And, there's other stuff that I'm working on, just nothing set in stone or confirmed yet.
Of course, it's basically classified info for a little while until you actually announce it. Well, I'm really excited what you have in store for 2019. Obviously, we saw Saturday night what you provided. Great start to the season. Of course, you got some more races coming up. Definitely some more opportunities to go win races. Yeah, it like I said, it was a good time Saturday night. Seemed like very confident going into Saturday that you had one of the fastest cars, and you definitely did. Of course, the second race got inverted, and even though, a little on track incident, I feel like you still had the fastest car out there. And like I said, that win on Saturday night, and of course, the second race, just knowing how fast the car was, definitely give you a confidence boost for the rest of the season.
Yeah, going out there and just kind of dominating that first race, and I don't like to throw that word around a lot, but it was kind of cool to be able to go out there and just kind of be in control of a race, being able to know and how to gauge, okay, I could save this much. And sure enough, I was able to just kind of ride around and keep the tires underneath me. It was a bummer I didn't really get to put them together for the main event. After I got squeezed 3 wide middle in that second main event, that put us back in the field for track position wise, and B, it just hurt the car. The car was just really not the same after that. But that's just part of racing. It wasn't anything bad. The car is easily fixable. That's just an easy fix. It's just one of those deals where the car isn't to where it needs to be, and couldn't really get the job done in the second main event. But we definitely had a car that should have run second in that race, just product of track position. So I'm excited to go back and get some more wins. I think we have all the capability in the world to go back and get any win possible.
Awesome, man. Well, I do want to ask you, for those out here, or I would say for those on the West Coast and the East Coast, first off, when is your next race on the West Coast, and when is your next race on the East Coast?
So my next scheduled race on the East Coast is April 5th and 6th. The 5th is at Anderson Motor Speedway in South Carolina, and then the 6th is at Hickory Motor Speedway in North Carolina. So those are going to be 2 very big races. Both are twin nights, so it's a total of 4 races in one weekend. And it's going to be a lot of laps, a lot of just getting adjusted to being on the new team at Lee Falk Racing. I have a really good relationship with both Michael and Lee, so I'm excited to go out there with them and just start racing late model stocks again. Those cars are a lot of fun, have a lot of grip, a lot of power. These cars, they have the same amount of power, but they just don't have a lot of grip. So it's going to be interesting to go back and forth between the cars, but I know Lee's going to give me a good piece every time, so it'll be fun. And then I'm coming back out here the week after, so I would say I think it's the 11th or 12th or 13th. I don't know the exact date, but that's another twin date at Irwindale. So that's what we have on the schedule as of right now.
Awesome, man. We're looking forward to it. Basically, being back on the race card next month. Just hopefully it can go. Maybe I know you didn't get the duels, basically the double this weekend, but maybe next month we can see a double from you. It seemed like what you guys provide on Saturday night should give you an idea of what's to come for the upcoming races. Of course, we had the cooler weather on Saturday night, and of course, throughout the next few months, it's going to get warmer, probably a little slicker. So, I do want to actually, with these late models, let's say, for example, like Irwindale, obviously Saturday night was cool conditions, probably a lot more grip. But going into the next few months, when you know that the nights could be even warmer and slick out there on the racetrack, I mean, with these late models, how big of a difference is it compared to cooler temps to hotter temperatures?
Yeah, I mean, especially with the tires that the late models out here running on Hoosier 970s, which are little 8-inch tires that are grooved, not slicks, that's one that gets a lot of people like, what? That's crazy. I know it's crazy, but it's fun. And it makes they're already slick as it is. So when you go from being in those cars with that little grip, and then you suddenly make the track hotter, it's going to make it even have less grip. And so it really takes, someone with a firm and easy foot to really get the job done. And, you saw it during the day, from the Saturday night practice the Friday night practice to Saturday morning, the car was just a little bit more on edge than it was on Friday night, but that's just because it was during the day. The sun was beating down on the track. Yes, it was only 65, maybe 70 degrees, but the track is still getting hotter. So it definitely throws a wrench into everybody's, setups going into the summer months. But I'm excited for it. I mean, the summer, I'm ready to go out there and start slipping and sliding around, because that's just, I'm used to these Hoosier 970s. I like these Hoosier 970s. Not many drivers get to say they like them. I like them, and if I have the mindset of saying I like them, it's going to make it a lot easier to go out there and race.
Absolutely. What about any NASCAR races you attain to coming up? Any thing on the schedule coming up for you that you're just going to be there just to attend?
I definitely plan on being at Martinsville, the Bristol race, obviously. Just being there, meeting people and shaking hands, just the usual deal.
Awesome. Well, chat, if you guys have any questions for Ryan Vargas, let it be known. We'll read out the questions to him. But check out his social media. He's got YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. He's got all of it. So keep up to date. Oh, there is one question I do want to ask you. So you have the Ryan Vargas Power Hour on Instagram that you have started recently, where you do an Instagram live and you talk to your fans. What gave you that idea?
Nothing really gave me that idea. I've always liked going live, and I've always been a little bit timid adding people on live. But when I did it for the first time and I saw the reaction on the fans' face, I knew it was a pretty special moment for them. Because that's just something that they won't forget. And it's cool to be able to. It's weird saying, oh, there's fans who want to talk to me. It's weird saying that. I've never been in that position before, but now that I am in that position, I need to be able to capitalize on it and just get that fan who's a fan for right now and keep them as a fan for life. So I'm very happy to be able to be in that position, and any way I can give back to the fans and be able to talk to them and even just answer questions on a easy platform like Instagram Live. It's very simple. All I gotta do is pick up the phone and just do what I'm doing right now, talk to you guys. It's the same thing I do on there. So it lets them also just have a regular conversation with me instead of just seeing me at the racetrack. They get to see me in my normal casual state, just hanging out. So it's a lot of fun. I enjoy doing it. It's just a thing I like to do.
Awesome. All right. So first question, who is your role model in racing?
I would definitely say Jimmy Johnson. I grew up a Johnson fan, Jeff Gordon and a Jimmy Johnson fan. And, I've just always appreciated his style of driving. He's always there in the end, and that's just what matters. He makes a lot of good moves, sometimes aggressive, sometimes just patient. But that driving style is something that I just really enjoy. And he's always there at the end. This year I hope hopefully they can pick up some speed this year and get some wins. But, I just like his driving style.
How did you come up with the nickname Rhino? Because obviously it's not Ryan Vargas or RDRV like on the Instagram, but we see the Rhino on Twitter. Where did that name come from?
So I made that Twitter when I was 12 years old, and I didn't anticipate, everything growing at such a rapid pace. I mean, I made that when I was 12 years old. I'm 17 now. That's 5 years ago. So, I mean, not 17, I'm 18. Wow, I just totally forgot my age. Anyways, but
it's okay to try to think young.
Yeah, trying to think. Yeah, you got to think young to act young. But the main reason why I got that nickname is it kind of rhymes with Ryan, but also in T-ball when I was a kid, when I played T-ball, I used to be one of the faster runners on the team. I was really fast, but I was also really fat, and so that just made a lot of sense.
All right. Answer for that. Hey, I'll allow it. But Ryan, what was going through your mind in the last few laps of Saturday night? Because obviously I know you were dominating, but you also got to expect the unexpected. So what goes through your mind in the last few laps? You're leading the race. You could have a chance to take the checkered flag, but I know there's got to be other things that went through your mind.
Yeah. So, with about 12, 13 laps to go, I started backing the pace down a lot. I knew that they were battling behind me. My spotter, David Cooley, was giving me a lot of good info. And, I knew I needed to back the pace down because I wanted to save the tires for the second main event. So I backed it down to about 50%, just saving the tires. I wasn't even full throttle until I got to the straightaway. So, I mean, I was just keeping one eye in the mirror and the other on the racetrack as I was going down the straightaways, just so I knew where the car behind me was. And I knew by the time the think the car that was finished second was the 50 of Huddleston. By the time I knew he cleared that pack of the little group of two drivers fighting for third, I knew that he'd start trying to run me down. So I just kind of made sure I kept him at bay and watched out. I mean, kept my eye on him, and I knew that with my gap, I was going to be able to just kind of roll and take it easy and take a win. But I've also been in that position where I've taken the white flag and had a caution come out, and there they revert to the last lap, so it'd be a green white checkered. So, as I was focusing on keeping him at a decent distance, I was also thinking, please don't have a caution because I want to finish this race and get a win. So it was just it was just a really balanced race, just keeping the race car underneath me and just biding my time.
Well, it paid off in the first race, got the win. Pretty good there. What is your go-to meal before a race?
This is actually kind of funny. I like to go to Subway. Not sponsored.
You like to eat
Subway.
fresh.
I go to Subway. I get myself a little meatball sub.
Ooh.
And that's my meal for pretty much most of the day. I'll snack on some chips or so here and there in between, or just some crackers or even a salad in between. But mainly it's just to keep my stomach not from being full, but to also keep it from being empty. You got to have enough energy to keep going throughout the day. Different little bit of mindset going to late models. I mean, I remember racing back in 2017 and being tired after these races, and I got out of the car and I was ready to do another 100-something laps because it was just a totally different aspect. Now, after having spent so much time working on my health and fitness, that it was a little weird getting out of the car and being so, all right, let's go, I'm done.
Now, do you for Subway, do you toast your bread or no?
I don't.
Oh,
I don't toast it.
darn
I don't
it.
toast it.
Dude.
I like my bread, just bread.
Just bread.
the way it is.
Gotta get
Just
that
the
bread.
way.
There you go. Hey, well, you talk about energy and stuff. Of course, what was it before qualifying? You sat in your late model. You happened to doze off inside your car. I happened to take a picture of that.
Yeah.
Gotta keep you gotta keep the energy going, man. But it's so funny. You look adorable in that car, just taking the nap in your late.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, that kind of translated from just the confidence I had, I knew that we had a car to win that day. I knew walking through the pits, I knew we were kind of the force to be reckoned with that day. And so when you have that much confidence in your car and you're just that relaxed, I was just ready to take a little bit of a nap, and I ended up falling asleep while we were setting the sway bar before I went out for qualifying, and then went out and put it on the pole. So, I mean, it was really neat to kind of, like I said, I haven't had that kind of confidence in a long time, but to go out there and do that and just have that confidence of being in a car that I'm used to and a track that I'm used to, and it paid off.
I'll tell you what, if you could take a nap inside your race car, you know that you have nothing to worry about before a race. That gives you just no worry, a lot of confidence, like, I'm just going to be just fine. Ryan, one more question. What is your favorite part about being able to hop into a race car?
I mean, that right there, just being in a race car, it's addicting. It's addicting to be in a race car. When you do it for the first time, you don't want to stop. And having now done it since 2012, it's 2019 now, so it's about 7 years. It's crazy. It's crazy to be able to be in a race car, and it's very easy to forget how crazy your life is. Because I still live the normal life. I'll go home and take a nap and relax, do some homework, do some business. But then I also have to focus on finding sponsors and doing business. And then all that goes away when you're in the race car. Like when I was in the race car, I wasn't thinking about, am I going to be able to find money to do this race? Am I going to be able to find a sponsor for this? Am I going to be able to move up? What about next year? That goes away. You're in a race car, and it's just, you're in your own zone. Like you're not consciously there. You're subconsciously there. And it's one of those things that it's amazing.
That's awesome, man. No, I could totally understand. Basically, and Lodge has said this before. Once you hop in the race car, everything that's outside the race car it's out of your head, and that's your main focus is just going around the racetrack, completing all the laps, go out there and win the race, and ultimately maybe win a championship. So no, that's good right there. Well, I did have another question, but that just went away. Oh, you like to relax. Today is National Napping Day. Have you had a chance to do that today?
No, not yet. I've been, as you can
Nope.
probably tell by how my hands right now, I've just been kind of screwing around at the shop, just getting some stuff done. But I'm definitely going to go home and take a nice nap because I'm going to need it.
I'll tell you what, I wish I can have a nap today, but you're running a busy life. What about anybody? Is there anybody at the shop there today? Kayla, Matt, and them?
Kayla and everybody's outside. Kayla's doing homework, I think. I'm just getting, like I said, I'm just here. Sent off a bunch of emails this morning, getting, like I said, finding sponsorship to do other stuff. So, it's looking good for the rest of the 2019, and I'm excited to hopefully get some stuff confirmed soon.
Well, first off, when you get off of here, tell them I said hi, and of course I'll be working with them throughout the year as well. Ryan, before I let you go, is there anybody you got to thank to make this all possible this year?
Well, I mean, I do got to say thank you to you guys. I mean, you guys are on the hood, and I wouldn't have been able to race on Saturday without you guys helping us out. So that's a big deal. So thank you to you guys, and obviously thank you to Hoseman who jumped on board on Thursday. That was a pretty neat little last minute sponsorship. They just jumped on board for a little bit. So I'm excited about that. And then just everything else. My family, they've stuck behind me. This off season wasn't very good for myself, but just keeping the right keeping my mind in check and just keeping at it and not quitting is just a big part of it. My family was a big supporter of me throughout that. And so having been in a race car now and having won in our first race of 2019, I mean, that's just a big deal in itself. So haven't been in a race car really since October, except for the January deal where we only did a couple practice laps. So this year is going to be fun. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to be in race cars a lot, and it's going to be fun.
Well, I'm looking forward to watch you compete, whether it's here or out on the East Coast. Hopefully I can grab some more ones. Well, Ryan, I do thank you for taking the time today. First off, again, congratulations on the win Saturday night, and wish you the best of luck out on the East Coast in your race in the beginning of April. And then, of course, when you come back here, we'll be out there to watch you compete again. But best of luck to you, whatever is coming up to you, man. And definitely we'll talk again from time to time.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you guys for having me. I love doing these shows. It's always fun. And hopefully all the people who are watching are, hopefully I get to see them at the racetrack here soon.
Awesome, man. Well, you take care. Go either take a nap or do some more business work, man, because you got to get up there, man. And I know you have a lot of potential in your future. So have a good rest of your day and take care, man.
Thank you. You guys too. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That is Ryan Vargas, late model driver. Congrats to him on the win Saturday night at Irwindale Speedway. What a great year to start off the year. Haven't been in a late model race in a year and a half. He goes out there, not only gets his first pole at that track, but led every lap in the first race and won the race. And then, of course, he had a little mishap in the second race, which gave him a fourth place finish. But still, overall, gave him a confidence boost for Saturday night. Again, thank you, Ryan, for joining us today.